I was bound to an evil psychic system, but I'm a cat. The system sounded tired from the moment it appeared. Whatever. The plot is already a disaster. Your job is to charm the male lead. During the day, he brushed me off with a cool, "It is just a cat." But whenever no one else was around, he would crouch down and coo, "Who is my fluffy little star? Yes, you are." The system insisted I had a part to play, something called the white moonlight role. I was supposed to disappear, wait out a 3-year timer, let the male lead fall for some replacement heroine, then reappear dramatically. When the countdown finally hit 0, I flexed my claws. Wonderful. Time to see what this so-called substitute was made of. The moment the supposed male lead came into view, I strutted toward him, brushed my cheek along his jeans, and curled my tail around his ankle. I offered a refined little meow. After that, I threw myself onto the ground with the grace of an award-winning performer. "Look at me, human. I dare you to stay indifferent." People nearby squealed. "Oh my goodness, look at her. Duchess is so sociable today." That is a top-tier feline right there. Every time I gave them a meow, half the crowd meowed back. The man beside the male lead shot him a dramatic glare. "Liam, what did you do? Duchess is obsessed with you." Any other human would have melted on the spot and pulled out their phone. Liam simply blinked, took one step away, and said in the dullest tone imaginable, "No idea. I have places to be. I am leaving." Then he turned around and walked off. No hesitation. No backward glance. I stared at him, speechless.
Wait.
He actually left. I had walked up to Liam for a reason. Until recently, I had a perfectly comfortable gig, unofficially titled Operation Moose Valuable Snacks from naive college students. The humans had even given me the name Duchess, mostly because I never broke cat morals, whatever that meant. Life had been peaceful except for one minor torment. I had not heard an ordinary adult voice in months. Everything was baby talk. Who is the tiny princess? Who is the sweetest baby? Do you want Treatai Wheaties? And the meowing. They meowed back at me. They thought I enjoyed that. Still, I had a stable future. Campus mascot. Guaranteed snacks. Eternal worship. Then this evil sidekick system latched onto me without warning. One beat later it froze. "Wait. Why are you a cat?" My data said to bind with the most famous female on campus. I was supposed to get the campus beauty queen. I flicked my tail.
Poor outdated thing.
Campus beauty meant nothing compared to campus cat in modern times. The system cleared its throat in a very digital way.
Meow?
"Would you like a part-time job? Benefits included." I blinked at it. What now? Realizing it could not detach itself, the system spiraled into full meltdown, wailing about mistaken identities, insisting it was not a bad system, just an unlucky one. At one point, it even started humming Mr. Brightside. Out of sheer pity, I allowed it to stroke my fur, hoping it would quiet down. It cried and petted me at the same time. Absolutely pathetic. "Fine," I hissed eventually. "What do you want, and what do I gain?" It perked up. "Complete the mission, and I can turn you human." I glared. "So, you actually cannot help me at all. Useless. And why would I voluntarily become a human?" The system scrambled. "You can eat more foods and live like 80 or 90 years. I was not impressed. "Eat more garbage? Live longer to pay bills?" Hard pass. "What is the job?" After a long silence, it whispered, "The plot is already strange, so here is the best plan I have. Go seduce the male lead." It braced for rejection. That was it? I strolled right toward him.
And he walked straight by me.
Very well, human. Now, I wanted to see how far this would go. Night had already settled in by the time Liam made it back to his dorm. He dropped his keys before he even reached the door, and they slid straight through a storm drain with a sad little clink. He crouched by the curb and stared down as if his entire future had just vanished into that hole. "I need a magnet. Maybe I can fish it out." Perfect opportunity. I padded over, and before I could even announce my presence, he lifted me into his arms. "So you came to watch the chaos," he muttered with a crooked smile. I hissed softly. "Release me, peasant." He sighed and set me down. All right. Attitude, princess. You're the one with attitude." Ignoring him, I slid a paw between the bars, hooked the metal ring with one claw, and flicked the keys onto the pavement like it was nothing. Liam froze. "Do all cats do stuff like this?" I puffed myself up proudly. "That is right, human. Bow before your superior." He let out a small laugh. "Look at you, acting all smug. Then he reached out and gave my head a gentle pat. Thanks, he murmured. But I really can't risk getting too close. He hesitated. If I get scratched, I need a rabies shot. And I can't afford one. I tilted my head. MRRP. Rabies? From me? I poked the system. Why is he like this? The system answered in a weary tone. He is broke. 3 part-time jobs, barely covers school and food. A vaccine shot would wreck him financially. Me. And that is my problem because… System. It is a human thing. They get shots after animals scratch them, just in case. I flicked an ear. Humans are so dramatic. One little scratch, and they fall apart. Still, the solution was obvious. So, I just have to not claw him. The system. Correct? Please do not turn the male lead into medical debt. I supposed I could manage that. This marked the start of my grand charm offensive. Liam's defenses crumbled bit by bit. Day 1, stay over there. A week later, I said stay over there. 2 weeks. Fine, you can come closer. 1 month. All right, come here. 3 months. Here.
Now.
He still pretended to be indifferent in public, tossing out casual lines like, it's only a cat. But the moment night fell and the hallway emptied, he would drop his backpack, crouch down, and whisper with wild intensity, my precious little fluff nugget. I barely had to participate anymore. Me. Doing absolutely nothing except being alive. Liam. Incredible. Exquisite timing. Master-level cuteness. System. I cannot keep up with this man's personality shifts. I curled comfortably on his lap, purring like royalty. Wait, being irresistible is not a natural skill for everyone else. The system groaned. I am convinced ancient queens did not rely on beauty. They all had cats. Liam started showing up with food for me. He had clearly noticed the other students offering luxury meals, the kind that came in tiny, overpriced tins. Meanwhile, he brought me a bag of budget kibble and apologized like he had committed a crime.
Please.
Free food is free food. That was my second dinner of the day. Today was different though. He had a churro treat. Liquid gold. I shoved my whole face into the tube without shame. Frugal as always, Liam squeezed the packet from the bottom and rolled it tight like he was handling a tube of toothpaste. Unfortunately, he overdid it. Bonk. The tube smacked me right between the eyes. I froze. He hit me. With food. Liam froze too, horrified. Then he glared at the tube, lifted his hand, and slapped it. Bad tube, he growled. Very bad. I cautiously leaned in again. He resumed squeezing. Bonk. Again. This time I was convinced he was trying to assassinate me with processed chicken paste. I snapped. I raised my paw and unleashed the legendary Bap 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 across his face. Know your place, human. It was the first time I had ever smacked him. Liam just stared at me, stunned, then whispered. When a cat slaps you, the first thing you notice is the toe beans. I blinked at him. Had he lost his mind? I hissed, turned my back on him, and marched away with dignity. Maybe I had been too harsh. I had kept my claws tucked away, but humans were fragile. What if I broke something? The next day, he did not show up. The day after that, still nothing. I camped outside his dorm. His roommates left for class. No Liam.
Panic set in.
System. Did I actually kill him? The system hesitated. Statistically unlikely, but not impossible. Wait, no, he is alive. I tracked his scent, slipped through a loose section of window screen, and found him. In bed. Sleeping. I hopped up beside him and nudged his cheek. Look, I am sorry about the slaps. Wake up, pet me, and let us settle this like adults. He did not stir. I leaned closer and inhaled. He was burning up, and he smelled bitter. Liam eventually woke when the dorm's resident advisor hurried into the room. Oh, sweetheart, you are on fire, she gasped, feeling his forehead. You cannot just lie here alone like this. She dug an Advil bottle out of her bag. Liam mumbled a thank you and swallowed a couple pills without opening his eyes. You are lucky that little cat came scratching at my door like the building was collapsing, she added. Then she dragged me all the way here. But rules are rules, Liam. No pets allowed. He rasped, confused. Cat? I hopped onto the bed. Mro.
Yes. Me.
The one who saved you. When I realized he was sick, I tried yelling at the RA. She did not understand my emergency meows, so I shredded her doormat until she chased me. Then I led her right to his room. She is not my... Liam tried to explain, but the RA waved a hand. I am not reporting you, but she cannot stay. Room inspections are today. She made sure his roommate knew to check on him, then left us alone. I sat on his chest and meowed at him. You should have said you were sick. I would have brought you a mouse. A nice fat one. A teardrop fell onto the blanket. Then another. Liam wiped his face like he could stop it, but more kept slipping down. Alarmed, I paced over him. Hey, what is going on? Did your face break? I am not trying to cry, he whispered. It just happens sometimes. After a long silence, he spoke again. I have a scar, he murmured. On my forehead. It looks awful. A scar? Where? He pushed his hair aside and revealed a thin, pale line near his temple. Got it when I was little. I do not remember what happened, just that it hurt. I never told anyone. I was too scared. His voice softened. A foster parent finally noticed, but by then it was healed. Nobody checked. Nobody asked. I guess I just assumed, like back then, no one would notice when something was wrong. So the tears were not only from the fever. Humans. So breakable. I leaned in and gave the faded scar a soft lick. It is fine, human. Be fragile if you need to. I can handle it. Our relationship was rock solid by then. Strange thing was, he never once asked about officially adopting me. Someone eventually questioned him about it. He laughed it off in that quiet, self-conscious way of his. Her? Ending up with someone like me? She'd probably be miserable. The system filled me in. He bounced through the foster system growing up. No close family, no long-term bonds. He struggles with confidence and expects people to leave. Me. What is that supposed to mean? System. The foster system? Me. No. The confidence part. After it explained, I was outraged on principle. Absolutely not. We are fixing this. So the next time Liam appeared, I strutted up to him and smacked his ankle.
Bap.
Declare your self-worth.
Bap. Do it. Bap.
You are worthy of serving me, human. He blinked in confusion, then scooped me into his arms. Oh, were you hungry? Sorry I'm late, Duchess. Dinner time.
Fine.
I would forgive his ignorance for a full meal. While I was crunching away like a tiny wood chipper, Liam crouched beside me. Duchess, graduation is close. I know things aren't great for me financially. But if, and this is a big if you wanted, I'd buy you the nicest food I can manage. And the premium litter. The good kind. His fingers trembled a little. So, would you want to come home with me? Permanently? Should I accept? On one paw, having a full-time servant sounded fantastic. On the other, campus life was basically retirement with free meals. Before I could choose, the system shrieked into my head.
Yes.
Perfect. Now the storyline begins. Here's the plan. You reject the broke male lead. He meets the substitute heroine. You vanish. Then, when they are about to marry, you return as the long-lost white Moonlight and ruin everything. Me? What? So, I can't go with him? System. Correct. Me? And I can't stay here either? System. Also correct. You have to disappear to advance the plot. I shadowboxed the air in frustration. Then what exactly am I supposed to do? The system begged so dramatically that I reluctantly went along with it. That night, under a bright moon, a small cat slipped through a gap in the fence and left campus behind. Farewell, freshmen. Time to begin my tragic arc. Meanwhile, Liam returned to his dorm, bought premium catnip, and drafted an official adoption contract on printer paper. When he reached the section labeled Cat Responsibilities, he hesitated. He did not want me to guard the house or catch pests. He just wanted me safe. He drew a line through the whole section and wrote, simply, to be safe and happy. The next day, he waited in our usual spot with the contract and a bag of treats. He waited from midday until the sky turned orange. A chill wind cut through the air. His heart felt hollow. Duchess. Nothing. 2 months later, he was taping a missing cat flyer to a telephone pole. The reward amount was oddly precise, 2,973.60. As he pressed the paper against the cold metal, he stared at the little photo of me. He remembered the day he told me he could not afford a rabies shot, and how afterward I never once used my claws on him. I only brushed against his jeans, always careful to avoid his skin. And because of that, he had barely ever touched me. Liam looked at the poster, his glove brushing the spot where my picture was printed. A quiet, late arriving regret hit him. I should have petted her more. 3 years later, life was comfortable. My only real issue was the rising number of rival cats. More than usual. I was in the middle of teaching one a lesson. You think you're tough? Really? You think that patchy fur looks like a tattoo? He tried to shuffle away. Hey, I called after him. What's your name? He flinched. I did not say anything. Your name. I am Spike. Right then, a couple of students walked by. Oh, Peaches, you brought a friend today. Hi, sweetie. They put food down. I followed the natural laws of the universe. I purred, brushed against their legs, and claimed my meal. Spike, or Peaches, hissed. I smacked him. You have something to say?
Go on.
You have a motorcycle? Then go rev it. Try to guard my food again, and I will flatten you. He shrank. Sorry, ma'am. I forgot my place. I ate calmly. So, tell me, why is every cat in the area trying to fight me lately? Spike eyed the food.
He sighed.
There is a bounty on you. A big one. Premium tuna. I thought it through. Only one human would do something this dramatic.
Liam.
I leave for a while, and he orders a city-wide hunt for me? This man knows how to hold a grudge. At that moment, the system, which had been stuck in some never-ending update, flickered back to life. He is rich now, a CEO, and he is dating the substitute female lead. Time for the white Moonlight to return. Liam was no longer the broke student who could not afford a clinic visit. He stood at a networking event, bored out of his mind while people flattered him. He stepped out for air, and as he turned a corner, he overheard two guys whispering. Still nothing. Do you know how many cats live in the city? How am I supposed to find the one? Keep your voice down. This is our best chance to get in good with the new CEO. In public, you call her the White Moonlight. The other guy scoffed.
Fine.
Where are we supposed to find Mr. Liam's White Moonlight? I do not know. Find a smart cat that looks like her? I mean, whatever, they are just cats, right? Liam walked away, shaking his head. He had only asked some contacts to watch for a cat that matched Duchess's appearance. He never expected this mess. He touched the faint scar on his forehead. How could they think all cats were the same? Only Duchess had been there that day. Only Duchess had found him. Only Duchess had licked that wound. If he never saw her again, a cold breeze swept past him. Then a small cat slipped out of a nearby bush. His heart stopped. He knelt, slowly, and picked her up. Duchess, he whispered. The cat purred and nuzzled his chin. Not her. The hope shattered so quickly it hurt, and he finally understood how much he had been carrying. There was a rustle. He turned. I stood there, frozen halfway out of a bush, staring at him cuddling a random cat. Me? You? Liam was hit with an oddly familiar wave of guilt, the same kind someone feels when they are caught cheating. He looked from the new cat to me and began sweating. Wait, this is not what it looks like. Me to the system. Is that the substitute? System. Who is that supposed to be? The system explained that the substitute was human. That figured. I stepped out of the bush and walked directly up to Liam.
Hey, you.
I performed a flawless dramatic flop. Permission granted to pet me. System. You are not angry he replaced you with another cat? The new cat hissed. Hey, I was here first. Me. So what? He is mine. His cat is also mine. I gave her a look. Go fetch 2 mice. And hurry. Liam scooped me up. His hands were shaking slightly. Where did you go? Do you know how long I have been looking for you? How long? Do you have any idea how many thugs tried to catch me because of your bounty? But he looked like he might cry. So I stood on his chest and licked his scar. Still delicate. Still breakable. I was going to smack him, but fine, I guessed. He froze, then pulled me into a tight but careful hug. You are not leaving again. Ever. Right? Before I could reply, a woman's voice cut in like a knife. Liam. So, you had a White Moonlight. You have been looking for her all this time.
Fine.
Go be with her. We are done. Liam understood the situation instantly. He turned toward her while still holding me. Chloe, wait. You got the wrong idea. The White Moonlight everyone keeps whispering about. She is not a woman. She is her. Chloe focused on me. They said you met your White Moonlight in college. Duchess was our campus cat. They said she left and you spent years searching for her. She ran off. I have been putting up posters ever since. They said she was brilliant and gentle and completely unique. Liam lifted me like Simba, full of righteous pride. She is brilliant and gentle and completely unique. Chloe froze. She moved closer, angry, but the moment she reached me, she stopped and scratched my chin. I am a fool, she muttered. I knew he had a white Moonlight. I just did not know she was a cat.
System. Yes.
That is the substitute, Chloe. Me? Great. She is mine too. I rubbed against Chloe's hand. Enough talking. Go fetch a can of tuna. Chloe blinked. Where did you find a cat with manners like this? She paused, then looked at Liam. She is coming home with me. Liam nearly dropped me.
What? No.
She is my cat. Fine, Chloe said calmly. Then you are coming home with me too. That is how I officially moved in. The system insisted I still needed to follow the usual villain tasks, but their house was enormous and patrolling my new territory took real effort. At least my humans were competent and always prepared with meals. They were worth protecting. I found Liam in his home office. All right, system. He is in a video meeting. Time to show off how special I am. I stepped onto his desk. Liam did not even blink. He reached out, scratching under my chin. Sorry, everyone, he said to the people on the screen, amusement in his voice. My cat demands attention. He pulled me onto his lap and continued the meeting, my purring loud enough to rattle the microphone. When the call ended, his voice changed instantly. Who is a needy kitty?
Huh?
Who is my needy girl? Then he stood me up, held my front paws, and began using me like an accordion while singing, Who let the dogs out? I stared at him, deeply unimpressed. Me. Does this count? System. I suppose it does? Maybe. His phone buzzed. A message from his COO. Boss, your screen is still being shared. Chloe laughed for 20 minutes. Who is a needy kitty? She squealed, recreating his voice. He used to like a cat accordion. And now the company Slack calls him the cat whisperer. Liam was red to the ears. Me. So did I manage to drive them apart? System. Remember, the goal is for them to be happy. We are just taking a creative route. The system assigned a new task. Leave evidence on Liam's clothes for Chloe to find. Me. Evidence meaning what? System. Lipstick, perfume, that kind of thing. I considered it carefully. Once Liam left his jacket on the bed, I rubbed my entire body against it. Thoroughly. The next day, Chloe noticed. Liam, you are covered in cat hair. I know. It means she trusts me. I love it. I am never washing this jacket. Chloe stared. You are unbelievable. It is not my fault she is obsessed with me, he said proudly. Chloe had no response. The following day, she picked me up and buried her face in my fur. You smell like my expensive shampoo, she murmured. Me? Question mark. So soft, she whispered. It is wrong, but it feels so right. When Liam returned, he spotted her covered in fur. You. How dare you? You have been cuddling her without me. Me? Perfect. The evidence on Chloe worked even better. System. Sure. Let us call it that. The system kept pushing its plans. First assignment, knock over Chloe's drink at their party. I did exactly that. Chloe gasped, then laughed. Oh, honey, no, she said as she picked the glass up. It's all right, baby. She's just being a cat. Next assignment, use Chloe's personal things. I hopped onto the counter and started drinking from her water glass. Slurp, slurp, slurp.
Chloe spotted me.
Duchess, no, you can't. I kept drinking without a pause.
She sighed.
You're lucky you're cute, system. This cat is a menace. Next assignment, while Chloe was away on her business trip, sleep on her pillow so Liam could send her a compromising photo. Me. What part of this is my responsibility? System. Just sleep. Leave the rest to me. I curled up on her pillow. The system hacked Liam's phone and sent the picture for him. Chloe called immediately. Is Duchess sleeping on my pillow? Does she miss me? Oh, my baby. That's it. I'm canceling my meetings. I'm flying home tomorrow. Me. See, I am terrifyingly evil. Then came the final task. Cats sense danger fast. I knew something was wrong before either of them. Chloe was resting on the bed when I jumped up, nudging and meowing at her. She laughed. What is it, Duchess? Hungry again? Before I could insist, the door cracked open under a violent impact. Strange men rushed inside. I arched and hissed. One reached for Chloe. I launched myself at him and bit his wrist with everything I had. He shouted and flung his arm, throwing me hard against the wall. Duchess.
Chloe cried.
Stupid cat. The man snarled and stepped toward me, ready to kick. Leave it, the leader barked. Grab the woman. And bring the cat. Might be useful. They tossed us into a dark van. My leg felt like it was burning. Chloe pulled me close, trembling, and I felt warm droplets soak into my fur. Are you hurt, too? Are those tears? I tried to ask, but the world blurred and slipped away. When I woke, we were in a dusty warehouse. The system was frantic. This is wrong. The final plot is supposed to be that the male lead chooses between you and the female lead. They were not supposed to hurt you. It paused. Wait. In the original storyline, the evil sidekick is the one who hires these men. But if you are the sidekick, then who hired them now? I did not care. I could hear voices outside. As soon as the boss gets the ransom, we're out. Before we go, we could have some fun with the girl? And the cat. Boss is insane. Who pays ransom for a cat? It bit me. I'm skinning it first. Chloe was shaking. I felt her fear. I pushed my head into her hand. Duchess, she whispered. Can you walk? She set me down. I wobbled, stood on 3 legs. I can. She looked up at a small window high on the wall. The bars were far too narrow for a person, but a cat could fit. She lifted me without hesitation. Go, Duchess, she whispered, tears running down her cheeks.
Run.
Get help. The system was shrieking at me to run. Me. System, you said you can make me human. Do it. Right now. System. Now? Chloe is the female lead. She will be fine. Liam is supposed to rescue her. Me. She paid for protection. All those cans of tuna. Are you useless? System. There is a temporary transformation card in the shop. It is meant for disguises. It might work. It will cost everything you have earned. Me. Earned what? System. Forget it. You have 10 minutes. Heat rolled through me. I shut my eyes as my bones stretched and reshaped. When I opened them, I looked down.
Hands.
10 minutes. I curled my new fingers. I know. The kidnappers finally settled the argument about who would go in first. The man whose wrist I had bitten was last. Rage won. He decided I would be his target instead of Chloe. He unlocked the storage door. Here, kitty kitty.
Click.
The lights died. The warehouse plunged into darkness. Breaker blew. Who has a light? One man turned on his phone. Something moved in the dark. A scream cut through the air. His phone hit the ground, its light going out with it. A heavy thud. Larry? No answer. Only silence. Another tried to call out, but his voice stopped in a choking gurgle. Another thud. Only one man remained, shaking. He fumbled for his phone.
No.
Do not turn it on. That is how it finds you. He switched it on anyway. The beam hit a slumped body. Not helpful. He stood still, gasping in the dark. Then a quiet click below him. Light flickered under his chin. He looked down. A phone in a small pale hand was pointed upward. The front camera showed his own terrified face staring back at him. Hee. Found you. Liam already had one kidnapper pinned by the throat. Where are they? The man only laughed. You are too late, CEO. Time is up. Liam felt his stomach drop. Then, faint and small, a soft marrow. He froze. Duchess. He followed the sound and found me sitting at the end of the hallway, one leg held up. Duchess. Your leg. If you are here, then Chloe? I slapped his shin. Stop talking. Come on. I limped ahead, and he followed me toward a locked warehouse door. His men broke it open. Liam ran inside. Chloe. Someone grabbed him from behind. A belt tightened around his neck. Chloe. She realized who she had in a chokehold and dropped him.
Liam.
Oh God. We have to find Duchess. She is hurt. She saved me. I meowed from the entrance. Chloe ran to me and scooped me up, shaking. Duchess, your leg. Oh, sweetheart. You walked all this way. Liam lay on the concrete, wheezing. She led us here. System. Final task. Male lead chooses you over female lead. Completed. My leg was badly fractured. The vet assured them it would heal, but the cast drove me insane. I kept licking it, trying to reach the itch buried somewhere under all that padding. I hated every second of it. Liam and Chloe hovered over me nonstop. Is she hungry? Does she want water? Is she comfortable? Their fussing was irritating, but I remembered how they had both cried after the surgery, so I decided to spare them any well-deserved swats. They were too emotionally fragile for that. When the cast finally came off, the system chimed in for the last time. One final request. Anything you want. Me? I am living with 2 personal attendants and a lifetime supply of tuna. I am set. Epilogue 1. I started napping on Chloe's belly without really thinking about it. It took them ages to realize she was pregnant. Humans are unbelievably slow. When the baby finally arrived, they named her Anna. When they carried her into the house for the first time, I panicked. Where are the others? Why did you only bring one? What happened to the rest of the litter? I blamed myself for whatever terrible tragedy had clearly occurred, so I decided to guard this last remaining kitten with everything I had. The nanny they hired made the mistake of hinting that cats might smother babies. Chloe's expression turned ice cold. No, first of all, that does not happen. Second, Duchess is our family, and we do not discard family. You can see yourself out. The replacement nanny adored cats, so she stayed. Epilogue 2. I grew old. My body slowed down. My world got quieter, smaller. I could not leap the way I used to, and the edges of things blurred. One morning, I was simply too tired to move. I wanted to sleep. They gathered around me, sobbing those awful wet human tears, and I forced my eyes open. Liam was right beside me. I remembered my duty. With a tiny bit of strength I had left, I leaned forward and touched my tongue to the faint scar on his forehead.
See, it is all right. Do not cry.
Epilogue 3. Liam was shattered. He refused to adopt another cat. One day he was sitting on a park bench when a tiny stray kitten tottered over to his shoe. A different color, different breed, nothing like me at all. Then it flopped over with flawless execution, tail twitching. Liam froze, heart pounding. Duchess? Me. New coat, same contract. Hello again. Come on, human. I am back. You keep me fed, I keep your fragile family alive. Now get up, we are going home.